Hey, look all red. I'm having a perimenopause hot flash. Yay me! Anyways, today worked a full day. Took my son to speech therapy afterwards, and now we're back home. I'm done. So we're gonna make an almost one pot meal. It's going to be a creamy spinach and shrimp pasta. Most of it's gonna be just in one pan with the side of pasta you gotta boil in another thing. So, you know, I'm getting it as close as I can to a one pot meal. Tonight's meal also is under $25, which may seem a lot for like a budget type meal, but it's still cheaper than eating out and ordering food. Okay, so I know I said it was under $25, but that is keeping in mind that some of the stuff I bought, which I'll show you in a second, can be used for other meals just because of the pure size of how they come from Aldi. So, only thing I did not buy at Aldi is the shrimp, because coastal and bougie like that. But I got some shrimp from Publix for whole pound for $10.09. It's the most expensive thing in this whole thing. The creator, which I'll tag below, does this recipe with chicken thighs, which I've done before. It is amazing. But I wanted to switch it up a little bit, so instead of doing chicken thighs, we're gonna do shrimp. So we have that. We need pasta, obviously. If you can get it, buy one, get one, even better for you. We're gonna need shredded Parmesan cheese. And again, you'll find out, I'm only gonna use a cup of this, so there's plenty in here left over to use for another meal. He uses half and half, but I've never really had a good experience using that as the thickening agent for those nice creamy pastas. So I use heavy whipping cream. And you see, this is a huge bottle for $2 something at Aldi. I'm gonna use maybe half of it. It's only gonna be 2 cups. So this again can be used towards something else. And it usually lasts a very, very, very long time. So like 2 months. So you can use it into another recipe. Tomato paste and a bag of spinach. That's it. The rest of it's gonna be spices from your cabinet and some oil. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is get the pasta boiling, because even if that finishes before the rest of the dinner finishes, that's fine. You can just sit in a colander and wait for you. It's all right. Now, we wanna go ahead and get our shrimp ready. Mine were cheap and on sale because they still have the skin on them. They've been deveined, but haven't been peeled. So what I do is I just throw my fingers in like that to get all those off, pinch the tail and squeeze it out. And that way you get maximum amount of meat possible out of that. Throw a shell over here, shrimp over here. I am not dirtying another dish. Not happening. Too tired. So again, just to show you guys, I just kind of go like that, get it all away, pinch right here and squeeze it, and it pops right out. We'll go ahead and do that for this whole bag. I really want you guys to let me know, since I'm obviously new to this, do you guys want more style of like TikTok recipes, I tried so you don't have to, or more budget friendly recipes, because I like both, you know? So let me know in the comments below what you want to see. Okay, now the shrimp I got that were on sale for $9.99 a pound were the colossal ones, which I don't know how those went on sale because they never do, but because they're so big, let's see, again, I've got big hands. I'm 5'10", so what I like to do is cut them in half. Again, this is like another little trick to make things feel like they're stretching a little bit further. Sorry, trying not to cut myself. That was a bad decision. Don't do that. But to make things stretch a little further, look a little fuller, we're gonna go ahead and cut these in half. Okay, now we're going to season our shrimp. Like I said, I promised I season things. You just didn't see it in the last video. So we'll go ahead and throw our shrimp in, and you'll get, again, your olive oil choice. Tonight I'm using my Colavita, which I use when I really want to taste some good olive oil. Go ahead and throw it in there. And that's going to be the binding agent to stick our spices to our shrimp. So I just like to go ahead and mix it up first, make sure that oil's all over, and then we'll add our spices after I wash my hands. Okay, so for this recipe, you want some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and if you want a little bit spicy, go ahead and add in that red pepper as well, or chili powder. I'm going to use Slap Ya Mama. because if you look at the ingredients, it's salt, pepper, the red pepper we're talking about, and garlic. So you really only need to add onion powder and paprika. That's about it. So let's go ahead and get that in. And looks like a lot, but we haven't tossed it yet. All right, then we're going with our onion powder. Come on. And our paprika. Now, don't put your spices away because you are going to need them for the sauce part as well. So just keep them out on the counter. Okay, and again, messy hands. We're gonna mix, 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 mix. Yes, I could be using a spoon or something to do this, but that's just another dish that I'm going to have to wash. It takes me 2 seconds to wash my hands instead with some soap. So, call it what it is. Okay, our pasta is boiling, and I know I said pasta. I'm using fettuccine. I like it because it's a bit more, oh, I don't know who opened the door. Anyways, has a bit more grab on the sauce that we're gonna make. But if you don't like fettuccine, use an angel hair or regular spaghetti. It doesn't matter to me. You're eating it, not me. All right, we'll go ahead and pop in our pasta. Okay, up, let me find my phone. All right, we'll go ahead and just get that started. And let's see, what did it say? It says we're gonna cook for 12 minutes at least to see if it's done. So go ahead and put that in there and set the timer for 12 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and set this one to medium high because like I said, I cook everything on medium high. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Put a little bit of olive oil in this pan. Wait for that to heat up, and then we're gonna put our shrimp in. Okay, once that's nice and hot, we're gonna go ahead and stick that shrimp in there. And go ahead and space these guys out so that each one is touching the bottom of the pan. Now, if you've never cooked shrimp before, which welcome, the way you're gonna know it's done or ready to be flipped is you're gonna start to see pink around the edges, like you would normally see like a cocktail shrimp or something. You'll see pink start around the edges. At that point, we'll go ahead and flip them, and then it'll, the same amount of time, be pink on the bottom. If you wanna just double check, you can look at both sides, and you wanna take it out. You do not wanna overcook shrimp. Let me repeat, do not overcook shrimp because then it gets rubbery and nobody likes it. So, let's wait. Okay, also while this is cooking, make sure you don't forget to come in here, stir your pasta around. The last thing you want is big chunkies stuck to each other. So just make sure to get that a little stir. I don't know if you can tell, I think you can, but right back here, you see how it's starting to turn pink? That's the kind of color we're wanting to see around the edges of all of these. So we're starting to get to that point. Okay, so they're starting to get pink around the edges. So I'm just gonna go ahead and you'll see the difference between that and that side. I'm gonna go ahead and flip them over. Kind of a tedious process, but I like to make sure my food is cooked. I don't know about you. I don't know, can you get salmonella from seafood? I'm sure you can get some kind of like poison sickness. I don't know. Go ahead and flip those all over. All right, so we've got everything flipped. We'll wait another 1 to 2 minutes to be done. And just to be on the safe side, I like to give it a nice little wild mixy mix. Make sure everything's in there. Now once it's done, you want to go ahead and take it and put it off to the side because remember what I said, we do not want rubbery shrimp. We're going to take it off the heat, put it to the side, and start our sauce. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is just add a little bit more oil in there because the shrimp took some of it, right? Go ahead and make sure it's kind of all over. Don't worry about the bits on the bottom. Those will eventually come up and add flavor to our meal. So now to the oil, you're going to add in your tomato paste, and you add the whole can. That's why I love this recipe. I don't have to worry about freezing any of it. Just one and done. I need to get one of those little spatula things around there. I hate leaving anything behind. All right. you got it all in there, we're gonna go ahead and stir it around and cook down that tomato paste. Now to the tomato paste, we're gonna add in 2 cups of that heavy whipping cream. And for my new cooks out there, there is a difference between a wet measuring cup like this one and these. These are for dry foods. So dry food, wet food. There is a difference in size. So just keep that in mind. So go ahead and pour this in. Okay. And again, we're gonna go ahead and stir this around and cook it until the tomato paste has fully gotten incorporated and friendly with our heavy cream. You'll know it when there's not really any lumps or clumps left. Slow patience. Okay, now that everything's all nice and happy together, we're gonna get our dry measuring cup, and we're gonna get a cup of the shredded Parmesan cheese. And I'm gonna, just in case I spill it, it makes it in the pot. All right, go ahead and sprinkle that in there. And we're gonna mix this together until it starts to melt down, which it's already doing. Right, and then we'll add in, how many times do I say okay, all right? I don't know, I'm getting to be self-conscious of it. All right, let's go ahead and get our tired people. Let's get our spinach. All right, now do not be afraid. This is a big bag, but it is going to shrivel up inside here. So go ahead and put this. What I usually do is put as much as it'll let me, the rest to the side, and then kind of stir it in there. You'll see it'll start to cook down. Okay. See, already cooking down some. Go ahead and add in the rest of your spinach and rinse and repeat. Remember I said before, we're gonna go ahead and add in those same spices we used on the shrimp. We're gonna put in the actual sauce as well. And give that a little mixy mix. I love them already getting the cheese pull. Okay, and I think we're about ready almost. Go ahead and add back in our shrimp. Get them married. There's a lot of marrying happening today. Go ahead and get that all married together. And let me go ahead and strain this pasta. Almost forgot, friendly intermission. If you haven't done it yet, take out your freezer meat for tomorrow. I don't have any to do for tomorrow night because tomorrow I'm gonna be making rotisserie chicken, barbecue chicken bowl with some cut up sweet potatoes. You'll see. But anyways, nothing frozen. But if you have something frozen for dinner tomorrow, remember to take it out. Don't say I didn't warn you. Because there's no way that this pasta is going to mix nicely in the pan. I'm putting it back in the big pot, and I'm going to mix it in here. I know the restaurants make it look all pretty, but I'm not that coordinated. I'm going to be honest. So I'm just going to put this in this and mix it up. Same concept. Let's do these finishing touches. Go ahead and pour that in and scrape every last piece into there. Don't want to leave any of that good sauce behind. Okay. Once you've got it in there, let's give it a good mixy mix before we plate it. As we plate up dinner tonight, if nobody else has told you, just remember, you have done enough for tonight.